In this video, we'll be showing you techniques to empower your students to take ownership of their own learning. We hope that the classroom management strategies you see today will help support managing your own classroom setting. We'll also be showing you examples of effective questioning strategies that you can take with you to your classroom to help your students come to their own conclusions and solutions. As students filter into the class, the instructor greets them with prompts for an activity that they will be completing and helps them organize themselves into pre-established groups that are displayed on the board. This strategy is successful for several different reasons. 1. Students are able to use the transition time in between classes to organize themselves into groups before the class begins. This not only saves time during the lesson, but also helps set the stage so students are prepared and ready to learn as the class begins. Secondly, students are given the prompts before they are expected to reply. By giving the prompts to the students beforehand, students have an opportunity to review the questions and begin organizing their thoughts. This has the potential to lead to more well-thought-out responses and reflections. Lastly, by giving the prompts on paper, the teacher is making the lesson more accessible to all students. Students who need additional support may appreciate having the prompts in front of them on paper where they can see them more clearly or take notes with a pen and pencil. In the next clips, we will see how the teachers are using effective questioning strategies to help students come to their own solutions. Notice how the teacher leads the student to the question through prompting and probing, instead of just telling the student the answer. Feel free to take notes on the strategies you see being used.
Questions? You got about a minute left. How's it going? Yep.
With this, I was supposed to write down like the URL and the code.
It says fill in the blanks in the diagram below with the answers and screenshots on what happens when you click here in webpage.html. All right. So what is the file that you're trying to get?
This.
Okay. That's the file?
Yeah.
All right. And then port 80, it's listening. And then what's it going to send back? That,
Yeah.
right? And then what actually is what it looks like in the browser.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, do you want us to do this online or?
Yeah, you could do it online. I just gave you this because it's probably easier to do it online, right? That's why I said it's probably easier because in the worksheet it says to click here, right? But I just want you to go through the activity. You don't have to turn this in. This is for you to go through the activity so you know what happens. So when you're writing it up in your reflection, you can.
So you're making a master key. All right, for everyone in the state of Virginia, let's make a master key to get in everyone's houses because we just want to look in one person's house. Is that okay?
Probably not, no.
I mean, once you create it, it really is. Like, even if Apple makes it,
All right.
somehow.
Not saying, yeah, that doesn't mean that they're going after your specifically device. They're not probably going to say, oh yeah, well, now let's look at every single person's device, every single Snapchat, every single text.
You just, like, before you make it, like, you make an update too that protects against it, and then you make it, then you do it. It's not the update.
Could you imagine if everyone in the United States agreed on one thing?
I think if we all paid like
No. Sorry to cut you off, but no, I can't.
this thing was where it's like, I think if we all paid $1, like, we could pay off like something. I don't know, like, you could pay off like all student loan debt or something.
Mm-hmm.
No. That's only 300 million. It's like 1.4 trillion in student loan debt.
Well, we could do some good.
But like, if
How
everyone
We
gave
could
up
put
like
a
$4 or
distance.
$5.
Take a moment to reflect on the strategies you just saw in the previous clips and how you might apply those strategies to your own classroom. If needed, you can pause the video here to reflect and come back once you're ready and continue. In the previous clips, we saw the students responding to effective questioning strategies. In the first set of clips, the teachers used probing questions to help the students understand the assignment and the learning process. By helping the students understand where the question came from, what it was referencing, and how the knowledge from the assignment would be used in the future, the students had a better understanding of where to go to reference answers and how to apply their learning. In the second classroom, the teacher posed open-ended questions that related to the students' real-world context to keep the students engaged. Students were encouraged to discuss their answers with one another and build on what others had said. By using open-ended questions, probing questions, and real-world context, you can keep your students engaged and active in what they are learning. You can also empower your students to see that they have the power and the knowledge to find their own solutions, giving them confidence and critical thinking skills.